everyone! So if it isn't already obvious, this is my second Halloween makeup tutorial for you guys. I created a wooden cracked doll. I have to say that I'm super happy with how it turned out, so let's just get right into it. We're erasing the brows today. So I'm starting with an Elmer's glue stick and applying that against my brows. This just ensures that there will be glue throughout the whole brow. Brushing the hairs back down, then applying glue again right on top. When the glue is dry, I'm setting the brows with translucent powder. Then we're just going to layer the glue to make sure no hairs are sticking up. You want to make sure to set them with powder after every layer. I did 3 layers, and you can do more if you have thicker brows. I'm then adding a little bit of foundation on top, then blending the edges out with my finger. I prefer a foundation stick just because it isn't super liquidy and it won't cause the hairs to come up. Then adding a little bit of a stick concealer right on top for more coverage. Now just set everything with powder and boom, no more brows. Priming my lids with Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, setting that with powder. I'm going to sketch out my new brow just so I have an idea of how much lid space I will have. I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Definer in Brunette. I like it because it has a very thin pencil. I wanted a really rounded, arched, thin brow. I thought it would make it look more creepy. I'll be filling them in with gel liner later on, and this just works as a guide for my shadows. Sketching out my new crease with some brown shadow. This is Makeup Geek's Bada Bing. I'm using a small definer brush. Thickening that line up a little bit as I blend. And then onto the lid. I'm applying Makeup Geek's Hot Pants. I wet my brush with Fix Plus and then just swipe that shade all the way to the crease. To blend the lid and crease shade, I added Makeup Geek's Burlesque right in between. I wish I found a matte shade in this color so there was not as much fallout, but anyway, going back to the brown shadow and touching up that crease. I do this quite a few times in the tutorial only because those are where my actual brows are, so you do see that texture, and the only way for that to be smooth is if I shade my brows, and I don't recommend that. I'm taking a lighter brown to blend the edges of that crease a bit with Makeup Geek's Brownie Points. And then taking a bone shade to do some further blending. Highlighting that very arched brow with Makeup Geek's Ice Queen. Now I'm filling in the brows with Sigma's Liberally Toasted Gel Liner, just to darken them up and thicken them up a bit, using the Sigma EO6 brush. Lining my eyes with MAC's BlackTrack liner and then adding a little bit of mascara to prep them for our falsies. Going right into foundation, I'm using Maybelline's Matte and Poreless with a beauty blender. Then dusting on some Laura Mercier powder. I popped on some iconic lashes from House of Lashes, and now onto the lower lash line. For that doe-eyed doll effect, I'm taking Crown's Chubby Eye Pencil in Blizzard and creating what I like to call an extended eye. So I'm adding some of that pencil in a round shape below my lash line. Setting that with the same white highlight shadow so we don't get any creasing. And then tracing the edge with black liquid liner. This will tie in that doe-eyed effect. then taking Sadara's Dubai lashes, flipping them under and attaching them right on the black line. Now for the rest of the face. I'm first using that white pencil to sketch out the cheekbones, and then I'm going over that with a brown cream contour shade. This palette is from Contour Cosmetics. Blending that down below that line. And then blending some more with a cream that's a shade darker. Going in with an even darker cream contour and making that line a little more harsh, just so it gives off that 3D effect and shadow. Again, blending that darker cream below the line, making sure the darkest part is that cheekbone line. Setting all of that with some Hoola bronzer. And for the lips, I took ColourPop's Bichette Lippy Stick. Make sure your lips are super small and doll-like, so I'm keeping it right in the center. And then topping them with Stila Patina's liquid lipstick. I concealed around the lips just so they really popped. And for the wooden skin effect, I took different shades of brown cream contour and liner and drew some wooden details around my whole face, like a wooden knot on the tip of my nose, with some jagged and uneven lines down the sides of my nose. Just blending those lines out a little bit. Wooden knots on my cheeks and chin. Feel free to add these wherever you want on your face. Drawing some more lines down my face. So I'm also drawing them down my neck. Just make sure to use different shades of brown cream contour or gel liner. Then highlighting those knots for some dimension. I wanted to add a crack on my neck, so I went in with my liquid liner, and literally you can draw any crazy shape. You just want to make sure to add the little cracks around it like I'm doing here. And then fill it in. Because we're wooden, I shaded the outer parts of that shape with some brown cream contour and then added a touch of white on the corner of that black space. My contacts are from ttdi.com in the style Little Devil Brown. It was perfect for the doll eyes. I'll put their info down below. And that is the finished wooden cracked doll. How crazy do I actually look? All in the spirit of Halloween. I hope you liked it. Please like, thumbs up, and leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what you thought. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.